guys, welcome back to my garage. Today I am going to attempt to hand file the 261C. This is my first time hand filing anything, so I'm a little bit nervous that I might mess up the chain a little bit, but no worries, you gotta start somewhere, so I'm gonna, as always, go slow and do my best, and hopefully when we head out to the land later, we'll still be able to cut something with the saw. Alright. So I've got my saw set up here in a stump vise, which is in some 2x4s, which I have clamped to my table. It's because I don't have an actual vise in my shop yet, but this holds the saw pretty steady. I have typically had a hard time when filing keeping my saw steady, so I thought since this is my first time hand filing, best way to go for me I think would be to have the saw as steady as possible before I get started. So I think with this setup, we're good to go. Okay. So the first thing before filing any chainsaw is to make sure you have the right size file for your chain. This is a 16-inch full chisel chain, and it requires a 3/16 of an inch file, but that's not all. We also, with a regular hand filing method, will need to file down the rakers, so we'll need a flat file for that, and to measure the depth of it, we'll need a depth gauge tool, and for this chain it's a 0.025 inches. The box your chain came in should have all that information on it. So as you can see, this is a spare chain, and we have the diameter right down here as well as the depth right here in the next box over. So also Google exists if you're really stuck. So I've got my chain set up here with my two right-facing cutters in a row, so that way I'll know when to stop filing as you go around, because sometimes you get in the zone and you don't really know when to stop. So this way you're pretty sure to notice the two same side-facing cutters and stop and then switch to the other side. So here goes nothing. I'm going to start with the right-facing cutters, and the way I understand this is you push with the left hand, pull a little bit with the right hand, and firmly seat the file like downwards and into the tooth. From what I understand it, you must not pull up, because then you could remove your little hook completely, and we don't want that. The hook is important, and we also don't want to remove or go too far into this little curved part in the tooth is called the gullet, and we don't want to go in there too much either, but we do want to file it as well, so we have to try and keep an even pressure on all of those things. All right, no pressure. And for the angle, this is not something I've really had to worry about because I had the 2-in-1 sharpener, but I'm going to try and follow the little angle indicator on each tooth as best I can. Okay. Trying to keep the file as flat across the top of the chain as possible as well. And you can tap it every once in a while to get the shavings out. Not too bad. Let's try the next one. I'm not counting my strokes. I'm more going by what each tooth seems to need, I guess. Some of them seem a little bit more messed up than others. So this is pretty time consuming. Maybe you get better and more efficient with time, but I'm gonna be here a while. Maybe I should have started on the smaller chainsaw with the 14-inch chain. Could have saved myself 2 inches. All the way around. Yeah. Now I have to the other side. And then I have to the rakers. all the way around both sides. Okay, but we're not done yet. Next we have to file down the rakers. So for that, got my depth gauge here. So we put the raker in the little hole and wiggle it around until it's solidly seated. And one thing about the rakers is they're placed on the same side as the cutter is pointing. So a right facing cutter will have a right side raker and a left facing cutter will have a left side raker. And it seems that when you're filing these, you need to make sure to file them towards the side that they're on. So if you're on a right facing cutter with a right sided raker, you want to file towards the right, and left side it would be the opposite. So I'm gonna give it a try. I think I've got this on right. I was told to put the raker through the little hole, wiggle it around until it is stable, grab my flat file, and this one is right, so I'm going to be pulling it towards me. Okay, pretty straightforward. And if we do easy enough. So I think what I'm going to do is all the right facing ones and then go around again and do all the left facing ones, same as we did for the chain. What's fun with this gauge thing is you can't really overfile these. Okay, so that was all the right facing cutters. I'm going to go and do all the left facing ones. So this time the cutter is going to be on the left, so I'm going to want to push the file away towards the left for these ones. Alright, so I've been around the chain many times now and hopefully gotten it good and sharp. We're going to head out to the land and give it a try and see how good a job I did. So here we are, moment of truth. I've got a nice maple log set up here to try out the saw after hand filing to see if it was a success or an epic fail. Super pleased with how my hand filing turned out. It saw cuts really well. I got through this pretty dry maple really easily. So very happy. It cut a lot better than I expected, which was not at all. So super pleased, and definitely going to practice the hand filing more because it probably took me almost an hour to file this. So with experience I hope I'll become more efficient, and definitely can only get better from here, right? So very pleased and ready to get on with my day. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.